mortise and tenons, and then reinforced by flathead iron wood screws. And then the sheathing is nailed on the outside. Another mortise and tenon joint down here. I'm sure this went through a hard life. Now, another clue as to the fact that this is original is these are tongue and groove sheathing. And it's exactly the same as is on the rest of the car. Why don't we swing her around? In fact, what I'll do, you know what I can do is, all right, this is the sheathing from the hood, and notice how it matches up with the sheathing on the cab, and there's no question that this is original. There's the tongue and groove. This is 13/16 inch thick, which is an old standard. If you were to buy it now, it would be 3/4 of an inch, which is 12/16. There's been some modification to this frame. There are a couple of extra, what they call gains or rabbets up here on the top, as if maybe there were extra supports. There's no question that the resistors in this car are fairly new. I was looking for a date on them and I couldn't find them, but the condition they're in and the style is much newer than the date of this car. So they may have had different ways of supporting things. Now, speaking of supporting, these two timbers, one large and one small, are made of spruce, which is definitely not a streetcar wood. So this must have been added. Originally, the resistors which sat on them, you can see all the holes and mounts here. There were a pair of holes for each one. Sat on the floor, and then for whatever reason they put these beams under and raised them up so that they were off the floor, perhaps for better ventilation or to be able to get at the wires. We aren't sure. Sometimes we find we raise as many questions as we answer as we go through this. And they're held down by lag screws, which are pretty tight. Square head, as are most of the fasteners. In order to access the grids, resistor grids that are in the box, the hood area, they had to have a lid that lifted up. Now this one is obviously new. I think Seashore built it. You can see they just used regular nails and bent them over, and then the outside is covered with tar paper. The very original was covered with sheet metal. I don't think that lasted very long, and then they went to a different covering, which could have been canvas, and I think that's what we will end up using if we can get that issue resolved with people who have other ideas.